That's a different color. It is. These are blue. I'm like 90% sure that all of these came from Topo Chico bottles. I don't think that there's variability in the color, but I guess that's irrelevant. It'll make it look cool, I suppose. But yes, as I'm sure you could have guessed by the, thumbnail and title and what I just showed here, we are going to be doing another one of these glass Cahokia points as a part of my Cahokia point cache project. So we got 1, 2, 3 in order. This was the first one. This is the most recent one I made. And we're going to add another one to the list. As I said with all of the previous videos, I'll give you a little synopsis on all that's going on. I got a bunch. I can actually move it around now. There's an imposter in there. Ignore him. I have a bunch of these Topo Chico bottle bottoms that were supplied generously by my boy Ian. Ian, once again, thank you, sir, for donating those. They are making this project possible. And I have chosen the, oh boy, come on. Oh boy, come on. I'm getting cut already. I can feel it. Yep, already. Look at that. We're working with glass. 1 second. I got to bandage myself. Okay, we're good. I'm not even what, like 5 minutes in? I'm not even 5 minutes in, and I've already gotten cut. I'm like 90% sure this also happened in the last video that I did. A very large beetle just flew past me. That was uncalled for. That was an unsanctioned flyover event. Not cool. Not cool at all. Where was I? What was I doing before I started seeping blood? Oh yeah. So a big reason, that is awful. Wow, I've never had a breakout that bad before. Big reason I chose the Cahokia points is because during the excavations of the big Cahokia city, Mound 72. If you want to see some really cool stuff and some really well-made points, Google Cahokia Mound 72 point cache. And they are some stellar examples of not just Cahokia points. I think there were multiple point styles in there. I believe there were some Madison's. Madison's were in there. They were on the list of ones that I actually wanted to do, but I told myself the Cahokias are just a little bit cooler, so I decided to go with those. Because you gotta like the triple notching. It's the sweet stuff. That's the cool stuff. But yeah, since I had a bunch of these Topo Chico bottle bottoms, I was just thinking to myself, you know what? It'd be really cool to be able to just make a bunch of points and to not only have a project that I can hold myself to over on the YouTube channel, but also I think it's going to make for a really cool frame, in my opinion. Because there's just something about multiple of the same point. And, ooh, hold on, I see something scary in there. See that? Hold on. See that? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Where's the finger? Where's the finger of truth? See that right there? Focus on it. Focus on it. Don't make me fight this. Right there. See that line? I'd put a crack in it already. But good thing is that it didn't go deep. And the reason it did that is because I tried to take too much. Because the process for all these videos is pretty much the same. Start with a bottle bottom. Work on taking care of the convexity of the lower surface. And then, from there, we just got to thin. It's got to thin and notch, and that's it. It's a little warm out here. Yeah, we're pushing like 91 in the garage. I got a thermometer, finally. It's one of those like clock style ones, so I can always check. And I tell you what, when I make videos in the wintertime, it's going to be extra fun because this garage isn't insulated, and my heater that I have, it kind of just peters out and doesn't really work. after like 20 degrees. So yeah, it's gonna be cold. You can see how deep that crack went right there. See that flat face on there? Interesting. I hate when it does that too, because there's really like no way to fix it. And I've already kind of given myself some issues by doing that, but I'm not incredibly worried. One reason being that I don't have a limited supply of these bottoms. I'm sure if I ask Ian, he'll be like, yeah, no problem, I'll drink some more Topo Chico for you. He did give me a bunch of bottle bottoms. And one reason I chose these, you know, I didn't really only think about the fact that they were free, even though I tell you what, that is a fantastic motivator. The good thing about glass is that it's consistent and it's relatively easy. Would I have liked to do stone? A little bit, but honestly, I think these are going to look a lot cooler, in my opinion, at least. They're going to kind of look like, I don't know, like crystals. Ooh, it's going to be neat. Yeah. I'm watching it very closly, because I am kind of in a stone mindset. I'll have another showcase video at some point for some points. Some point for some points. I'll have more videos coming up here where I do my point showcase. I'm really liking that I'm able to do that. I post all my stuff over on the Flint Napping subreddit. You don't need like a Facebook account or nothing to view my stuff. It's just kind of all there, which is why I did it. And I had an account already, so I was like, oh, I might as well. I moderate over there on the Flint Napping subreddit. We do monthly napping competitions. I think this month is a Hellwind point. It's a very interesting point. It's made out of flakes, kind of like blade core points. It's very, very efficiently made, but also something I myself have not tried. I have a bunch of whoa, jeez. I have a bunch of flakes. I got a hole in my glove. I have a bunch of flakes that I saved specifically for this competition. I used to not really enter them because it felt weird, but now that everybody kind of assured me that it was okay, I'm definitely going to enter them. But it's an interesting point style. It's a what's the word? Levantian area, so kind of like Middle East areas like Egypt, Israel, Iraq. They came from there, but they're very, very interesting points. And I am glad that we get to try them out. Because bear in mind, it's something I should clarify, I don't choose the point style. The winner of the point challenge of the previous month, they get to choose. So we had a very creative user who was like, hey, are we restricted to North America? And I was like, you know what, I guess not, because why not? Variety is the spice of life. And this glass is doing some weird stuff, because that's really weird how that dove in there like that. That's silly. That's goofy. I did warm up on a amber glass bottle bottom, because I found it always pays to warm up just a smidge before you just start jumping into these glass points, especially when you need to go for accuracy. Because I don't expect all the points that I'm making for this project, I don't expect them all to be like 100% identical. I know already I have one point that's bigger than the other ones, but I would say it's probably within reason, at least in my opinion it is. A way that, oh come on, what am I doing here? There we go. a way that the Native Americans would account for the variability of the point sizes and weights would be by adjusting the length of the foreshaft. So you could kind of have a little bit of wiggle room when it came time to actually getting them in the air and flying at whatever it was that you were hunting. Well, we're cruising pretty good here. Still working on that bottom curve. I do like to try and get rid of all of that original surface. It's just kind of an aesthetic thing for me. And I put off, as long as I can, sending flakes up and over this convex, I think is the word I'm looking for. I like to put off doing that because flakes will travel well up that. If you watch any of the other videos, I'm pretty sure I'm just being a broken record right now, but I don't know if this is someone's first video. So I like to at least repeat a little bit of it. What's going on? Something feels off about the layout that I'm in right now. I don't know what it is. I like working in a consistent environment with this. It just takes out less of the variables, less of the weird stuff that can mess me up. How's the camera doing? The camera's doing good. I was like, oh boy, did I unpause or did I forget to take care of that? Might have. That'll be the day. That will be the day when I will be very sad because I don't want to waste footage time and put myself in a situation I don't want to have to go up here, but we got to do it anyways, it seems. Not thin it too much. Just don't want to thin it smartly. How's this doing? I gotta make sure I'm not getting too much glass in there because glass will really misbehave if you do not have good metal to glass contact. If you have glass dust that's building up in the end of that copper tool, same with antler. That's where you get really weird splits. I was working on a different biface and I was starting to run into some of that and it drives me nuts. Because it's just like, dang it, don't do that. That's not what I need. That's not what I want. But it's just how it is sometimes. Glass, while it is cooperative, will be a little annoying if you don't at least do a little bit to try and make sure that it stays cooperative. I had to watch that crack. I thought that cracked through again. That's another thing about the cracks. Once they're there, they're just kind of there. You either gotta thin through them, which can be very hard depending on how deep they are, or, well, narrow your point down, assuming that it doesn't go super duper deep. Because once they're there, it's just kind of like, ah, shoot. Ain't no getting rid of him. It's no good. Yeah, the weather was nice for a little while this week. But then it was like, we're going to go back to being hot. I was like, dang it. Why? It was so nice. It was wonderful. It really was wonderful. We were having like 50-degree days, 60-degree days. I tell you what, for an Iowa summer in August, Ooh, I can't do that. That's not in focus. I gotta get myself one of my extenders for this so that I can hold it in place. Because if you've noticed, it likes to fall down. I do have it wrapped around the end of it so that it's somewhat thicker. It has a little bit more to hold on to. I gotta be real careful doing stuff like that. That is dangerous territory. I also gotta see how we doing. Where's the OG? We got plenty of room. Plenty of room, which is good. There's still some stuff I really want to fix. Mainly getting rid of that surface. I really want it okay. Be very careful when doing what I was just doing, because you will get a glass splinter under your thumb, and it will live there, driving you nuts, reminding you of how much you actually use your thumb. Come on. There we go. Tiptoeing ever so slightly around some of these spots because I don't want to go too crazy. But yeah, now we're back up to those wonderful, joyous, like, 80, 90 degree days. The really, really fun ones where you're like, oh, great. I guess I get to cook again. That was a big boy. Excuse me. Can you get off? I wish I would have gone a little bit further towards the middle, but I'll take it. And also somewhat control how far my flakes are going by how hard I strike. You can put a lot of force into it, and it'll go nice and far, or you can control it a little bit, sometimes even just dropping the weight of the indirect stick will be enough, especially for soft material. Well, not, hold on, let me rephrase that. Especially for very brittle materials like glass and obsidian. They love traveling. In fact, they'll travel so good, you'll overshoot. And I tell you what, the only times I like overshoots are when I need to get rid of a 90-degree edge and I'm just feeling super lazy. It's just like, okay, we just need to just turbo blast through this. Come on. Come on, baby. There we go. And I mean, it does that. It'll do it well. And it is nice because it can save you a bit of hassle. I really want that to come out, but it's not wanting to come out. I'll probably get it when I narrow this down a bit more because I still have a good ways to narrow. But I still have a good amount to narrow. I like my method that I did last time, where I kind of picked a side, kept it consistent, and then trimmed back the other side. That was pretty good. I did enjoy that. It was just kind of, I don't want to say relaxing, but whoa. It just worked well, or at least it felt like it worked well. There's less stress, in my opinion. I really shouldn't be thinning it down as much as I am right now because I kind of don't need to yet. I'm just doing it in the hopes that it'll help me continue to reduce things down further, because I can get like a pretty darn thin biface reasonably quick. I'm like 20 minutes in. Just gets down to the point where you're like, okay, I gotta oh, yeah. It's like you gotta trim stuff back, you know? Just had like a mild PTSD flashback. I remember the last one I did, I blew that tip off. Oh, I don't like how that looks right there. I don't like that weirdness that's in there. You can't see it. I think that Cookie Monster's rubbing his hands together. He's licking his, well, he doesn't have a tongue, I don't think. Maybe he does, I don't know. Whatever he's doing, he's licking his lips. He sees that big old chocolate chip cookie, and he's like, oh, cookie. You know, he really wants to take a bite out of that. And I tell you what, I'm gonna say strong words to him if he decides to mosey on over. We're professionals, dang it. If you're gonna take a bite of the cookie, you gotta wait until it's, well, don't wait until it's finished. Actually, do it early. Do it before I get real invested in things. I'm also zooming on this one. I'm trying to go a little quick, but I still gotta, you know, hold myself to at least some kind of standard. But we're doing pretty good. Most of the time with these, they tend to take about an hour. Ooh. Okay. About an hour. I got a little bit of original surface right there still. Because I know at some point I'm again going to have to go into doing the pressure flaking. This is a doozy. I don't know about this one. Yeah, that should have gone a bit further, dang it. I've put myself a step right there. You stinker. Ooh, I didn't quite get it on that one either. Oh no. I'm trembling in my trousers. I'm trembling so hard I can't keep the camera in focus. Ha. I'm cool, I'm chill. I think I'm going to do what I did last time and get one side that's nice and flat and then work into that. I just got to pick which side I want to do. Because they're both kind of even at this point. I didn't happen to favor one side over another just while working through. I got to be careful with big, thick platforms like that. I don't want to hit those too hard. I do want to hit this one a little hard though. Do we do it? Yikes, this is scary. Ooh. Ooh, that's bad. That's really bad. Oy, oy, oy. Well, we know which side we're not going to mess with. This side. Because horrible cataclysm has just been introduced by your boy here. That was a dumb mistake. That was really dumb. I gotta slow down a little bit, or at least think on some of these, because that is no good. That's no good at all. Yuck. Try to very gently pass around this. Oh, I should have given it just a bit more beans, because now we're going to put ourselves in a situation where we have this island here in the middle. Yuck. I don't like that. When that sort of thing happens, I get sad. Someone's got their motorcycle out. It's a good day for it. Just in my opinion. There's no way I'm going to try and do that. That'd be so stupid. Taking it from there all the way across there. Heck no. That would be levels of stupid and irresponsible that I am not ready to engage in. Maybe if this point was a lost cause and I had no other option, but as it sits, we're actually doing pretty okay, which I shouldn't have said out loud because now it heard me. I said, what was that? What are we doing? Nothing? You're doing great. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Pay no attention to me. That actually went over the entire thing. Took it off. See? Gotta be sneaky. Ha! Okay, let me see. I gotta look around for cracks. God, that hurt. That one hurt. That was just stupid. I could have done that a bit better. Now I gotta trim this whole side back, which is okay. We still have room to work. There's plenty of room to work. In fact, let's check. We haven't checked yet. Where's the OG? There he is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got plenty. Plenty to work with there, boys. That's a big fly. That fly needs to get out of my way right now. I'm gonna take a flake. I'm gonna fling it like a ninja star. Take that fly down. Wouldn't that be nuts? I have, and this is not an exaggeration, I have, when I was starting out and I was working glass, I did knock a flake off using this indirect that did hit a fly and took some of its wing off. It was able to fly away, but it did like the funny little DJ spin on the ground. It was crazy. And then, I don't know, it must have like received some sort of system update that made it learn how to drive itself around without part of its wing. And it flew off. And I was like, oh my goodness, that was crazy. I can't believe I just did that. Never killed a fly though. With a flake, that is. Tell you what, I got one of those salt guns. It was like bug salt guns. That thing rocks. I will say, on wasps, you better be ready for a quick follow-up shot, because it takes 2 to 3 shots to take down a wasp. I know that as a fact. We do have a couple of wasps in here, but they're the mud dauber wasps that make those little mud huts, you know. I'm chill with those guys. They don't really bother me. They're not really aggressive like your yellow jackets. They don't got a nest to defend. Like, they'll sting if you mess with them, but you know, they don't really go out of their way to be like, hey, you know that food that you're eating, or hey, your perfume smells really good. I'm gonna invade your bubble viciously and unrelentingly. They don't do that kind of stuff, which is nice. I appreciate that. I appreciate that heaps from them. But still, sometimes the other wasps. One of my favorite wasps here in Iowa is starting to come out. The cicada killers. Biggest wasp in Iowa. Somebody can fact check me. I think it is the biggest wasp in North America. They look scary and terrifying, and when that whole murder hornet craze was going on, everybody would see them and they would lose their minds. Because, you know, they say murder hornets is a great big wasp, right? Yeah. Well, cicada killer is also a great big wasp. The only difference is, much like the mud daubers, they're solitary wasps. They don't have a nest, which means they don't really have a home that they wish to defend. I'm putting in a little bit of an issue there, and I don't like it. So, they're just kind of big. My buddy ate one once. I've picked them up. And they'll just kind of wander around. They're curious. They will get up in your face and be like, "Hey, who are you? What are you doing? What are you doing? This is my dojo, dude. What's up? You use cicada? No? Okay, see ya." And then they'll just kind of put her away. But yeah, it takes a good bit to get stung by one. Like, if you catch it and you're grabbing it and moving it all over the place, I mean, yeah, it's gonna sting you. That's how that works. But they're not gonna be just like, oh, you swatted at me to get me away from your drink. Well, how about I'm gonna ruin your day? Like, you know, yellow jackets and stuff. Gosh, this got really thin on me. I'm not happy about that step or the issue that I put in there. Not at all. I almost want to make sure, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Because this is one of those things where it's like, I almost want to do it, but then I don't do it for no reason. Well, I don't want to do that. So, I'm gonna make sure that I'm getting good. Oh, horrible, horrible, horrible. I'm gonna make sure I'm getting good tool to material contact, and I'm gonna brush all this glass away. You can see my debitage pile. It's quite glassy. Very nice. Also very nice. Ooh, that was what I was afraid of. Now we got a good old step fracture right there. Is there even any way to get rid of that? I'm thinking we're gonna be real hard pressed to find a way to get rid of that. But oh, I didn't like that. I don't like that big pop out that just did. Oh, sorry, you didn't see it because nothing is ever in focus. There. How's that? Is that in focus? Cool. Oh, there he is. There's Cookie Monster. I'm gonna make sure he does not come back, because that ain't good. That ain't good at all. That's my Be Gone knife, in case somebody decides to come in here and say hello without really having any positive intentions, is what I'll say. Yeah, we are real narrowed down now. That was an ouch. That was an ouchie. Because of course, we gotta have one. This wouldn't be a point cache series without it. Yep, wonderful, great, lovely, love that so much. How we doing? Well, we still got a good ways to go still. We still got a good bit to work with. So that's making me watch where that step fracture is, because if I can get rid of that, I really, 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 really want to. Sorry, I had to focus on those. I had to cool the conversation just a little bit. Dang it, that dang step fracture there really grinds my gears. How am I doing for, can I bring the base up and kind of get it from the base riskily? Yeah, I can. Okay, well, I'm gonna try that. Doing basal work to fix steps in the middle is risky, especially if you've already gone in from either side to try and get to it, because then you've thinned the middle out, and you know what happens to points when you smack them on the base and they're thick on both ends. Instead of Cookie Monster, the little Rice Krispie treat elves walk in and they do their little munchkin dance, and or maybe it was Oompa Loompa. I don't know. I don't know what they are. I think they're gnomes, actually. Swedish word for gnome is duende. Me and my buddy Jace, we like watching duende videos on YouTube. People finding real life gnomes. Crazy. I wish my life was that exciting sometimes. These little kids are in their kitchen kicking a ball around, and then this little gnome scurries across the floor. They start freaking out. It's like, oh my goodness. I mean, I would too. I don't know what my cat would do. I'm sure I would hope that he'd be polite and not engage in murderous intent. He's a sweet boy though. He would never. I can't say that. He's hardwired to be a predator. That's just the nature of cats. That's just how they do, you know? I might try... I'm looking here because I'm paying attention to that step fracture. I'd really, really like to take care of that. And I think I'm just trying to not... I'm trying to be smart about it, you know? And I don't like what it's doing there. There we go. I'm trimming it back towards the one side. If I happen to take care of that step fracture, I need to step back and do a full point analysis to see if I'm currently in any situations. Doesn't look like it'll go, but we're gonna try it anyways. Yeah, we got her. Plah. Most of it anyways. Enough for me to be happy. You guys happy? Are you? I don't know. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Wait. Okay, we're really getting to the crunch zone now. What do we have, 37 minutes? I really want to take this back from one side again. Just because that was so easy. Because then I only have one side that I got to really, really worry about. And I'm thinking about doing it. I don't like this thick section on the tip. That needs to go immediately because I don't want to snap the tip off again. You want to talk about things that make my blood pressure rise. There you go. Snapping tips. I need to deploy more of this. These are my custom pressure flakers, by the way. I 3D print these. If you want a pair, I'm not quite selling them yet. I'm thinking about it. It will probably happen at some point. They take different bits of copper, and you can put a 1-inch dowel in the base to have them act like an issue stick. There's a set screw, and you just kind of loosen the set screw. You're really only finger tight, and then you use your pliers and you pull out just a little bit more, and boom, there you go. No hammering, no nothing. And then I just finger tighten that down, and I can have a lot of it in there because the base is hollow. So I don't really even need to replace it. I need to sand it, of course, but you know. If you want some of these pressure flakers, you hook me up with material. I send them over as an exchange. It's my little bartering system for you. You want cool 3D printed tools? Any color. I have 20D nail. This is what? This is 8 gauge copper. That one's pretty common. That also takes 11-pound copper finishing nails. So they're kind of multi. And the 20D one also accepts like 4 gauge solid copper as well. So if you don't have access to copper 20D nails, you can do that. And I'll take 20D steel nails, of course, too. I have a 16 penny nail. 20 penny. There's a D. That's the penny. So 20 penny steel and copper. And then 16 penny steel. I don't know if there are copper 16 penny nails. Maybe there are. If there are, I should really get some because I use that size a lot. I have horseshoe nails, the fun notching. I think that's about it. I think I have 6 gauge as well, but yeah. Fun, right? Hook me up with some material and I will send you those tools. In your material, you get an unboxing video, and you get to request a point. And I do take point requests regardless, but I always try to attempt the points that I am requested. Oh, geez, we have heaps of ways to go. Heaps, I tell ya. I don't want to make this one bigger. Got a splinter in my knuckle. But yeah, it's enough plug-in for now. Freaked me out a little bit. I thought I was looking at it really deep. Hold on. I gotta be careful of that. In fact, I gotta be careful of this too. Should thin that out before this. There we go. We're doing pretty good though. At least I'm happy. It's looking fun. This stuff's more green than the other ones. The other ones are blue. I don't know if that's just a thing that the Topo Chico bottles have or what, but regardless, it's interesting to me. I'm just chewing away at the edge here. Thought I saw another crack. I saw that right there. See that thick line? Now I'm second guessing myself. No, it's just a seam. It's just how the light's getting bent through it. But when I see stuff like that, oh boy. I tell you boys, that makes my butt zing. I want to do an obsidian Clovis. Speaking of butt zingage, I want to do an obsidian Clovis here at some point. I did a nice one out of some Flint Ridge, which I, of course, will show off in one of the point showcase videos, so stick around for those. And honestly, if you just watch the point showcase videos and you don't care about any of the napping stuff, that's just fine. That don't bother me at all. I'm just happy to have you around. If you just like looking at cool stuff, I'm right there with you. I too enjoy looking at very cool things. I just enjoy the process as well. Okay, where are we at here? I feel like I'm doing way too fine of work right now for... Ooh, that's gross in there. Whoa, hold on. It's like kind of a high spot. I need my file because I can't quite get in there. I did get some more diamond files too. So that's nice. Right now, I think we're still a bit big. I don't think I know. I can see it. This is closer in size to the second one that I made. Which was just big for some reason. I don't know. The vibes were a big point. I don't exactly remember. It's beautiful though. Look at it. I will say, I love how glass looks. Because we still got, yeah, we got to shave her down a good ways still. We can bring it down to the corner. I did before, but I might try and go from all directions because I don't know how well I did on this side. I think I did pretty darn okay. I think at some point, that's scary. I shouldn't mess with that. I'm gonna have to carefully pressure flake that off. You yuck. That was a gross one. Uh-oh. I should have messed with this side. I'm paying dearly for it. And weird behavior. Come on. I'm controlling my force because there is a very specific range of force that I know that it can take at this point. And I know where I can kind of predict the overshoot threshold. And I'm getting pretty up there on that. And you do not want to be high on the overshoot threshold. It's bad. I'm just trying to be careful because I did kind of put myself in a weird situation where there's a couple walls up on that side that I don't really have any means to go around, which can also be translated into I don't want to deal with them, so I'm just gonna leave them without attempting to fix them because they'll blend in. Every napper's done it. Believe me, I'm not the only one. You can't get mad at me. You can't do it. Every napper's had at least one time where they're like, I don't want to mess with it. But I could also do, yeah, I don't want to do that. It just doesn't seem like a good idea. I was thinking about going with this tip and trimming up the base. So like sharpening the tip, trimming this base up. That's a lot of trimmage. But it saves me from having to whittle away. Ooh, ouch. Ooh, I got prickled. Oh my. Bit of dust. Get it out. Just got a paintbrush. You don't want to brush glass flakes with your hand. Believe me, it is something that you will greatly regret, because you're gonna get splinters, you're gonna get itchy. I don't like doing bottle glass in super warm temperatures, like if I'm sweating a lot, because this is a tip popper right there, because I think I got it. Because when you're sweaty, I actually don't even know if I'm continuing on the same thought. We were talking about glass dust, right? And why I don't like lamping in hot weather. Sorry, when I focus on something like this, my brain focuses only on this, and it just dumps all unimportant information. But yeah, hot weather will make the glass stick to you, and then you really get itchy. Like, I don't know if any of y'all have worked fiberglass before. Not like not like napped it. I mean, of course you can't do that, but like you're in construction, and you know how itchy fiberglass can get. I get that same thing. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna work up from the bottom. I just feel like doing that. This feels a little bit easier to me. And we've thinned most of it already. It's just, gee dang, that's going to be a little bit of a trek. But let's see, hold on. We gotta double check that our progress is doing well here. So yeah, we got most of it. She might be a little wide. I might bring her in just a little bit, but I'm going to try to trim down this entire thing. My Google Assistant just turned on, and it's listening to every single thing that I'm saying right now. I'm going to keep talking to see if I can actually fill up the text box thing, or if it's going to figure out what's going on. Let's see. Not sure if you were talking to me. Yeah, I wasn't. I genuinely don't even know what could have possibly registered as the phrase. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to activate anybody else's smart devices. This was a pain in the butt. Oh my Lord Almighty. We're good. We're good. Whew, that gave me feelings. Intense feelings. Never, ever want to drop a point like this. Especially the glass ones that are really thin. You just don't want to do it. Believe me, it is the last thing that you want to do. Because they're so fragile. I mean, right now we're kind of in the okay zone. Are we at 15 minutes? Yeah, it's going to be an hour just like all the other ones. Crazy how consistent. I don't know if that's just me talking or what. Because I feel like I could do this faster if I wasn't saying as much and I just kind of focused on this. But I don't know. Do you guys like that? Do you like when I talk? Or are you just kind of sitting there like, well, this guy just shut up? I just want to watch him work. I don't want to hear about his temperature, oversized wasps. Which I don't blame him. I don't. Yeah, I'm going to do one more pass of sharpening, and then we're going to be really close. It is a little, just a little wide. Filing that in just a smidge. It's a beautiful triangle though, I tell you what. Doing a bit more. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna be careful not to accidentally overdo it, because that would be my luck. I'm just cruising. Oh yeah. I'm gonna sharpen it. I'm gonna do a pass of my 8 gauge on it, clean up what I can. Hopefully not snap the tip off. I'm like saying that. Yuck. Why yuck? There's a smidge big of a pop out. Just a smidge big. Didn't like it. No sirs. It's looking pretty dang alright. Oh, there is some of that original surface left. I was like, dang it, did I get it all? Dang it. It is like real thin though. I'll take the thin. God, I am getting so itchy. This is what happens when you kind of crunch away at the edge like that. You make a huge mess. And you know, it's just glass. So that's just sort of the name of the game. No real way around it. Hold on. Trying to thin just a bit of this out preemptively, because it helped me later. Come on. I've also been reaching out to a bunch of historical societies, trying to see if any of them want me to go to any of their events, because I guess I'm just kind of like the only one around here that does this. And dang it if I don't at least offer some kind of something. What did I just do? God, this side of my body, this leg is getting horribly itchy and covered in blood because I've just been leaning my hand on it. This arm, not hand, sorry. How are we doing? 55 minutes. Ooh, I gotta finish it up. I'm gonna shut up and finish it, because now I'm just goofing. Let's see. It's a bit big. Yeah, this one's a bit wide. It is wider. A reasonable margin. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. What am I going to do about it? Do I want to bring it in? Do I have time? No. I got to look at it again, because it's going to be closer to this one. It's going to be a lot closer to this one. It's going to be like a spinning image of my second one that I made. My most recent. That's not too bad. We're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it as it is. I do not wish to mess with it further. Oh, I gotta notch it. What am I doing? I gotta do that. It is a bit bigger, ain't it? I'm gonna take this off so I can actually lay my leg flat and do work here. Kind of like a tabletop. It'll help it to focus too. So we're kind of up through. We're going to be in here. And I hate crooked notches. In there. Getting it? Is that where it's at? I think so. We're going for it. Keep them square. How deep did I go? I gotta make sure I don't go too deep. That's about it. Okay, now from the other side, kind of at the top of that notch. I want to go down a bit because I'm in here. I'm gonna say, hold on. Ooh, no, I am higher. Dang it, I've ruined it. See how much higher that notch is? Dang it, I always do that. This is what I get for rushing at the end. Crooked notches. Dang it. Ooh, and now that one just kind of exploded out wide. Ooh, yuck. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh well. We're just going to roll with it and give it bigger notches because I just can't be effed right now to care. Oh well. Oh my goodness, I'm making it worse. Okay, alright. Oh, that's awful. That is awful. That is horrible. That looks like nothing like any of the other ones. I've ruined it. I've actually ruined it. I'm not even kidding. Oh my god. All that work just down the toilet. Isn't that crazy? That's all it takes. Shoot. One stupid mistake of a crooked notch and a bad pop out, and your symmetry and everything is gone. Wow, that is... I am legitimately heartbroken at that. But I guess we'll just make it look somewhat consistent. It's just disappointing. Oh well. Like I said, I will include the failures, even though technically I did do a failure and I didn't include it. And look, we popped that off too. Isn't that fun? God, I just want to smash this thing into 1,000 pieces because it's not even worth keeping. I genuinely hate looking at it right now. I hate it, like, viscerally. I don't even want to see it. God. Stupid mistakes, man. Stupid mistakes. This is the result. I'm going to take a break after making this one so I can chill. That really got me. That's really got me feeling super frustrated because I've wasted an hour, if not more, trying to make this nice, and then I bungle it at the end because I'm rushing and not focusing on the task at hand. Story of my life, honestly, but oh, finish it out, I suppose. I don't really want to. Like I said, I want to remove this disappointment from existence, but I'll leave it. God, it looks so bad. I'm just going to be a negative Nancy for the rest of this, so I'm going to shut my mouth. Hopefully I snap it through the center here and we can just be like, oh, okay, there we go. But, yeah. Sure, whatever. Talk about an ugly duckling. Sure, I guess. Not at all happy with that. Not even in the slightest. Let's see where we're at. That one, that one, that one, that one. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, that definitely sticks out there a bit. I mean, I guess it's similar to that one, but yikes. I would have liked to have kept the narrow notching just a bit, you know. That would have been cool. That would have been hip. It would have been awesome. Is it focus? Why is it having trouble focusing? It's all in the center of the screen. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yikes. I mean, it's okay. It's fine. I'm not satisfied with it, which means, you know, I won't really ever be. I was able to get it thin. Let's compare it to the rest. It's going to be about on par. Yeah, it was about on par with the other ones. I guess it's fine. Just not happy with that. I can't believe I bungled it at the end. Was this amateur hour? Kinda, sorta. Yeah. Let's take a closer look at it now that we've gotten a view of the three. See, I kind of want to smooth out some of these lower areas so they don't chip or get somebody cut. And if I want to tie a necklace string around this, it'll be a little bit easier to do it without having to worry about the string cutting. But yeah, an hour and 6 minutes. It's fine. It's okay. Again, just horribly disappointed that I messed up those notches. It was going great. It really was. But, oh well. You gotta have an ugly duckling to one of the groups. And left a lot of original surface there too. But, oh well, I suppose it's another entry in the series. Hopefully the next one goes a bit better. It's supposed to be getting better with time. But then again, that was just stupid mistakes. If I really want to, I could go through and redo all the notches to match the size of this one, but nah. This will just be this one. Like I said, it's very, very similar to the second one that I did. Which I was happy with, but whatever. Whatever, it's fine. I just wish I could have gotten a little bit closer to the other ones. But it is what it is. It's sharp, it's pointy. Could kill a man or beast of the East. Yeah, there you go. There's another one. Let's see, do I need to get a good thumbnail shot? Kind of. I don't know how to do that exactly. Kind of want to hold them like a deck of cards. That might be cool, if I can do it without dropping them. This is playing with fire. Ooh, can't really see it very well. There you go. Not bad. I don't know, is that a good thumbnail? We're gonna call it a good thumbnail. I'm gonna lay them all out like so. We'll see which one looks best. But yeah, there we are. The Cahokia Point Cache Project point. Still got plenty more to go. Hopefully the next one I will experience some redemption. But yeah, there you are. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Peace.